Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab, in my book. I'm about to wrap up a meditation lesson I've been trying to get in. So I got another few lessons here So let's get this thing started. This is going to be about meditators who practice meditative yoga, lifestyle, right thinking philosophy, and how it changed their life for the better. It did mine. I'm one of them. So let's go. Mannerisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? Well, when I get through, yeah, that's what I do for you. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself add to my yacht be true. This is my meditation book. I'm just wrapping up with a lesson, but once I started down this rabbit hole, I got to finish it up. So I'm going to wrap this up and get back to my Egyptian yoga, but this is a good lesson. It's a life-changing experience that I had through my practice of meditating. I'm a practicing yogi. All right, so right there, P-Funk's philosophy on meditation, a few meditative stories of their spiritual experiences. It's all about having your own spiritual experience, aka mystical experience for yourself. All right. So number one, first one is a meditator. A meditator, a right thinking practitioner of the yogic lifestyle, right thinking philosophy, is going to explain how the meditative right thinking philosophy lifestyle changed their ability to cope with the challenges and situations that they confronted with in daily life. That's what it's for, to be able to conduct yourself. Self-mastery meaning I got control over me and everything I say and do. A lot of people don't have that ability, but we all have that potential to have that ability. You can learn it. It's a learned behavior, all right? Let me tell you, this is a personal experience, okay? This is another one of my personal experiences. Before I began practicing my right thinking philosophy or my meditative studies, before I went to Egypt and got my knowledge, I would become angry and very easily. I was easy to set off. My trigger was my trigger pissing me off was real feather trigger. All right. So and I would sometimes start arguments. Back then I was the thinker, so I like to start arguments knowing I can win the argument in a debate. So I used to just start stuff with people. Yeah, I was not a good dude. All right. But with my family members, I didn't care. I went around looking for anybody to challenge. All right. And that's the reason why, because I could not get what I wanted. I was ego tripping back then. If it wasn't my way, oh, we got problems. So yeah, I experienced that again firsthand. True life story, the real story. All right. I expected everybody to act in a certain way in accordance to what I wanted, and when they didn't, we had a problem. I would become irate. I would become livid. I would freak out. And yeah, that wasn't good, but that what I used to do. And I'm looking back and damn, you wasn't dude. What the hell was your problem? Okay, but you got people like that, and at least I checked me. A lot of people don't check themselves. They just keep going, okay? So now that I have practiced my right thinking philosophy, which is the yoga meditation, yoga style concept, for some time now. I've been doing this yoga philosophy for over 30 years. But when I was doing the Egyptian yoga, I was learning. Now I'm back in the mix, but now I'm teaching. I must have learned something. Okay, so yeah, I feel good about that. Like I say, I only teach what I know. I ain't here to give you a bunch of thoughts and ideas, opinions. No, I'm only here to teach what I know. So I got no problem using the book. Okay, so again, I have learned a lot. Okay, and I mainly learned what the first lesson: not to expect anything from others. Leave it up to yourself. I don't expect nothing from nobody that I can't do or can't tell myself. I won't tell you to do something I haven't done myself. I won't advise you in life situations that I haven't done myself. Okay, trust me on that one. So now I look at my own reasons for wanting the things that I want now. My desire for stuff is nil. I know I'm not big. At one time, I wanted a big car, a lot of money, fancy clothes. We all done that. That's the dream. That's the American dream. Been there, done that. Nightmare it turns out to be for most people. But I finally realized that I was just acting, and I really was a hypocrite and doing things. Why? Because I wanted something from others. I was a user. I admit, one of my favorite teachers, Alan Watts, he admitted that he was a fraud. He taught all that good stuff. He knew all that good stuff. But the one caveat, and I know my man life story today freaked me out. I'm going to be the opposite of him. He didn't follow his own rules. He didn't live by nothing he taught. He told you I'm a fraud. I know all this stuff, yeah, but I ain't living it. You know who else did the same thing? You ready? Paul in the Bible. He said, I'm just making this stuff up. Did you know that? He tell you, I'm just winging it. All right, but Alan Watts wasn't winging it. He actually studied and learned it, but he died alcoholic. How can somebody that smart, that wise, fall victim to, again, that's to fall victim to your own product. Okay, if you're a drug dealer and you gonna fall victim to your own drug, that's what happens. He got caught up in his own nonsense, but he didn't follow none of it. He didn't get caught up in it, he just didn't follow it. They said he drunk all the time. He had 3 wives, 3 marriages, and they all said the same thing about him. He didn't change. He just stayed who he was. Some people will go through life that way. So you can either deal with them or leave them alone. That's it. You're not going to change them. That's the first thing you should realize. The only thing you can change is you. So work on you, perfect you, and you'll be fine. But I have discovered for myself that the things in which I thought was important in life, once you wake up and you realize, not so much, not important. But what's important in life is what? Peace, harmony, okay? Peace of mind, harmony in your life. With my life is where I want it. I don't owe nobody nothing. I'm not obligated to nobody. I do just what it is I want to do. I don't know how I got here, but man, it's a good place to be. So if you're there, I understand now, and I'm getting better as I go. But the inner peace, you can't buy that. You can't steal it. You can't rob it from no. You have to do that for yourself. Okay, remember the record back in the day? My man all the slow jazz. He said, hey, my brother, let me buy that record. He said, nah, my brother, you got to get it for yourself. That's the same thing I try to tell you. And I have, for myself, discovered it is a lot more pleasurable and way more important to me personally, trying to get others to act the way I want. I'm so done with that. I'm so past that nonsense. Or what somebody, no. I'm not holding nobody accountable to do a damn thing. Understand that? That's wisdom. That's self-mastery. I tried to help. Man, I'm so done with that. Unless somebody asks me, I ask my son, hey, when last time I gave you life advice? He said, last time I asked. Perfect answer. So, again, unsolicited advice, done. But I make an effort personally to work with others as best I could to help them, okay, find and get to know themselves from my experiences and from my hopefully good life advice, and they take it and use it. That's the best I got for you. But when things don't go the way you want them, I can still remain what? At peace with myself. Why? I didn't put nothing out there that I ain't willing to give up. If you're gambling and you gambling with your rent money, you really can't afford to gamble. Why? Because if you lose, you can't pay your rent. So things that you don't have, my favorite phrase, don't let your mouth write a check that your ass can't cash. That means don't say more than you can carry. Okay? Some people might try you on that, and that's when it's going to pay up. I really can't do it. Well, you're too late for that. Get your ass. So I would not trade this. Me and my mother was up just yesterday. Okay? She said at 87 years, you couldn't offer me enough money to take away what I got, my knowledge of self. I'm saying at 68, I say the same thing. So why? When you have self-knowledge and you put the work in to earn it, to get it, it ain't for sale. Okay? And I made the statement, if I had to go back and change my life, and I had a chance to do that, okay, we can't, but hypothetical, why is this? I would tell you that they got the movie or the TV show, Deal or No Deal, with the suitcases, no deal. If I'm going to end up anywhere other than I here, no deal. Why? I'm satisfied where I'm at right now. Are you with your life? Stop everything and just hold yourself accountable for that right now. And take stock in your life and see how you feel about that. If you could change something, what would you change? A lot of people would change a few things. That's because they're not where they're happy where they are now. So if you're where you want to be, you won't change a thing. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Okay. But again, I would not trade this piece for all the money or the tea in China, as they would say back in the day. Why? This piece, hotel, bliss, excess, whatever, it takes hard work to get it. If you earn it, you don't want to part with it, and you won't for nothing and nobody. That's the important part, and that's what makes it worthwhile. That's my experience with my meditative state of mind, style of living. I live in a meditative state of mind every day. Why? I keep God on my mind and my mind on God all the time. So I do the right thing and hopefully do right by everybody else on a day-to-day basis. I make that a way of life. Moving on. Number 2, this is the second one. These are all people, me included, who used and changed the style that they were thinking, where they were thinking wrong, with meditation daily, and started practicing and implementing, and it changed my life. A meditator or a practitioner, right thinker, who follows the yogic lifestyle practices will describe meditation, their meditation experience. Here's another one. I have been, and this is another one that I can attest to, I have been practicing formal meditation and reducing my tension and stress in my life on a day-to-day basis for over a year. And one day, doing the routine meditation, I experienced something wondrous. What'd you experience? Inside myself. Though frightening at first. Things different, new, scare you a little bit when you don't know what's happening on. But after about an hour or so, I was in meditative state and I lost awareness of my surroundings. That's when you done went deep. What he's explaining is when I try to tell you that deep sleep state, when you go to see Amun, when you meditate, once you raise your level to where it's nothing, that's when you hear your heartbeat. That's when you reach that level, and that's what he's trying to explain. I know just what he's talking about. Why? Because I experienced it. So I'm just going by what his experience and tying it to mine. I know just what he's talking about. So it's a level that you can reach within yourself. That's what he's saying. And like he said, wonders. He never felt it before. I've been placing myself that I've never been before, but I can go there now because I'm practicing on it and I know how to do it. Okay? Lucid dreaming also. But when you lose total awareness of your surroundings, that's when you got it. That's when you communion with your higher self. No physical outlet. Nuh-uh. This is all mental and spiritual. And it felt that I was lifted out of my body. When you hear people try to explain the out-of-body experience, everybody got a different perspective. But my man Neil deGrasse say, okay, for all y'all who did that, put a note on top of the thing. So you go out there and look down, you'll see the note and tell me what it say. Until then, I ain't impressed. We know it's all mental. Okay. So this sensation was like no other. When you can have that, no drugs induced. No. This is meditating. And when you can do that and the mind is capable of that, this thing here is a bad mamma jamma. And if you would push it and use it, you'll see for yourself. I pushed mine years ago, so I know for that aspect. Yeah, now I'm pushing it without the drug use, but I'm pushing it through meditative state of mind. And man, I'm having fun. I'm having fun with my mind. Okay, I felt as if I was being ripped away from the body. When you can look down and see yourself, what the hell is that? Remember, it's going on in your mind. And they got, very quick, the whales, they can't stop swimming, but they got to remember to breathe. So they can't sleep. So they cut half their brain off. One side of the brain, the left, right hemisphere, they cut one side off where they can sleep and relax and not have to worry about breathing. The other side keeps them breathing where they can stay alive. Other than that, they would die. I didn't know that. See, this is information. I just troll all kinds of stuff. But the best part about that one, they got a bird that flies 10,000 miles. He won't touch land for 10,000 miles. And when he flying, you can see him. He had one eye closed because he shut that half of his brain down, but the other half keeps him flying, and he can eat, poop, and fly, and never lose nothing. And our brains is capable. If you lost the left side hemisphere of your brain, you can still function. Same thing with the right. But the right side, you be out of touch with God, because that's where God is, the right side of the hemisphere conceptually. But yeah, you can live with only half. Okay, you need both, but you could survive, and you're gonna miss a few things. But that tells you this thing here is a bad mamma jamma. And when you can physically feel like you don't left your body, you know something's going on. I had my experience. I had one at my best friend's funeral. He committed suicide. I was a pallbearer sitting in the front row. And I don't get up and talk at nobody's funeral. I did my thing, okay. But for some reason, I'm sitting there looking at me at the pulpit. Said, how the hell did that happen? And I was so scared. I didn't want to tell nobody for a long time. I didn't know what that was about. I just knew I left my body. I know I left my body. Okay, I'm sitting there looking at me. There's something wrong here. Something's definitely wrong here. And I remember it like it was yesterday. And all I can remember about what I said is that he was like 6 o'clock. Straight up and down. He's a good dude. Straight. Anything else? And his mother, my mom, she said, that was the most beautiful thing I can hear somebody say about my son. I don't even know what the hell I said. Okay, but whatever it was, it impressed moms. Okay, got the people all riled up. I'm sitting there looking at me. So I don't know what's going on at the podium. While I ain't there, I'm sitting here trying to, what's going on? Okay, but again, life experience. But I suddenly realized that I was still me, but not my body. That's when you realize, ding, 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 I'm more than my body. Or the personality, my ego self, that was there meditating when I was there meditating. You lose your ego self, you lose contact with your physical self, and you go into your higher self. That's where God dwells, okay, inside us. It was just as the teachings describe. Again, we try to give you ideas about it. We tell you stories about it, give you stories, allegory, mythological stuff to get you prepared. My job is to prepare you for that exciting thing's going to happen if you live right. A Kundalini serpent, oh yeah, trust me. And like the dream world, but this had an important difference. Yeah, you're more conscious. Yeah, that's what he's trying to say. It ain't a dream. It's like a dream, but it was a little different. Again, he's explaining it from his best perspective, his understanding. But I also was aware of this new world, and I was not caught up in it or lost in it like in a dream. No, it's different. Again, at first it was frightening. This feeling of dropping away or leaving my physical body, which I was accustomed to being in, and after a short time, I found myself back in my body again, and I felt as if I was a brand new world that had opened up to me. And it did, in your world, in your mind. That's how strong that mind is, okay? Keep going down that corridor of consciousness. Looking back, I realize now that over the past several years, and I've been doing this for a little while, a similar feeling had been happening when I was asleep. Every now and then you wake up in your dream. That's lucid dreaming. You wake up sometime I'm in my dream. Yeah, okay. So, but the difference is that when this feeling would come over you, it would wake up. You would wake up immediately out of fear. When you go into that place, that zone, that next zone, a lot of people call it nightmare, and they wake up. They don't want to venture down there. That's the fear factor. False evidence appearing real. Why? In your mind. You doing it to yourself. You causing that reason for you not to go down there. Oh, it's dark down there. Oh, I got Goliath. I don't want to fight him. He's too big. All those are psychological programs that we use to deal with what? Fear. Okay? Fear. False evidence appearing real. Anything false, illusion, delusion is not real. So you have your own realization in your mind that you conjured up to scare yourself not to do something. That's the biggest bugaboo over you, other than your ego. My yoga counselor told me that this was my soul, which had been what? Trying to push me to what? Expansion. You got to get past. When they said David didn't panic because Goliath was big, I'm cool. Why? I got God and I ain't scared of nothing. So he went and got his rocks and put his little thing together to take care of Goliath. He gonna handle that. He didn't panic. Most people, they get scared, hyperventilating on the boat with Rod in the underworld. Everybody's freaking out because how big Apophis is. He just towered over them. He's 3 times as big as everything they stand there. He wrapped around the earth, so he's a big dude. But everybody's scared. Only one fighting was set, your ego. He like the honey badger of the guys. He ain't backing down, and he ain't never run for no fight. All right, but he knew your spirit starts to push you toward expansion of your consciousness and have your spiritual enlightenment. If the spirit is enlightened, it's going home. That's the ticket for the spirit. Once it get enlightened, ding, ding, ding. Once it make contact, you have that marriage with the heart and the mind, coherence. Once that happens, you good to go. Why? Because the spirit is rejoicing. Why? It knows it's going home. Yeah, it done punched its ticket. And now that you have understood what is really going on inside you, and you have allowed this feeling to come whenever it is ready. When you go into meditative state, you don't know what you're doing, but you're going there with a free mind. You're going there assuming something's going to happen, that you're going to receive something. You don't need nothing. You don't need nothing. They said jump on the friendship train. What you need? You don't need no ticket. Just get on board. Okay? When God comes to the underground, swing low, sweet chariot, stop the boat that he's in, his barge. It got ropes. Y'all can jump on and get on board. Okay? So that's the concept. But you can do this with every meditative state of mind. You can go there whenever you're ready, because the transition is natural from one state of consciousness to the next. And you have even come to learn to enjoy the experience deeply as you learn to discover more about who you really are. Okay? And in a strange way, this bodiless state, when you get comfortable meditate, it feels more natural and comfortable than the regular waking state. And the Aborigines and the Native Americans say the dream state is the real state. No body, no but that's who you really are. And that's what they say. We practice him for death. I tell you that all the time. The dream state is the eternal state. But the real deep sleep, that's when you meet God. That's death. And that's what eternity is like, okay? When you come out, you feel so, but you don't have a clue what you went through. Big difference. All right, so let me wrap it up. So the regular state of everyday awareness consciousness seems almost alien to to my true being and understanding who I really am. He done crossed over. He done went into that state of imagination and meditation, not delusion or illusions. Watch this. So that is the best state in the way that I can explain in words what happened to me with my meditative state, what I went through. And that's fine. Everybody got different explanation for it. Every story's going to be different, okay? I got one more for you. I got 2 more. I'm going to get one more. I see the clock. I'll slip this one in. This one says, a meditator, right thinking practitioner of yogic lifestyle, again will describe the following meditative experience to the best of their ability. He says, one day I would practice meditation, and remember, everybody say one day because they do it every day. And every experience is going to be different, but you do it every day. And I love that. Why? It's going to be different. It's going to be different, and that's the beauty part about it. Okay, no reruns. Meditation, no reruns. No memory. It ain't about memory. No. It's about imagination. It's about going that way, not that way. All right? So it's a one-way street. One day I was practicing my meditation and I had experienced something that I can barely describe in words. Why? I transcended from my normal body consciousness as I had done several times, getting the state of mind, leaving the body. We call it out of body experience, astral plane, okay, fine. But this time, I had what he's saying is a fantastic experience. I called it a spiritual orgasm because it felt so good to me, man. I was just, that euphoric state, ain't nothing better than euphoric state of spiritual awakening. That bliss is unbelievable. It's better than the orgasm. Okay, no, it's better. Trust me. And I was in what I believe, or felt like what we know to be the astral plane. Sorry about that. And I was so aware, meaning that he's conscious of myself in this astral body. Outside of my body, I have a light body. I showed you that lesson before too. And I could see other beings carrying on various activities. You went to the twilight zone, so to speak, another dimension, okay? That fourth dimension where it's all imaginary, it's all illusionary, okay? But you're there, you can see it. Like he said, you see no stuff going on. When people drink ayahuasca, take the ayahuasca or the DMT, they see other entities, they see other gods, they see other spirits, they see stuff. Okay, so that's all in heightened state of mind. The more ignorant you are, the less you will see or perceive things that's imaginary. The more intellectual you are, introverted, the more you open your mind to suggestions, you can use your imagination. We all as kids imagine riding sticks, coming out horses. We can imagine anything. We get older, imagination seems to get a little less and a little less creative. But that's the whole idea with meditation. You get to use your creativity, let the mind do its thing. Okay. Oh, it got some things. But now, in an instant, I could feel a searing sensation in my head, and I gave into it. I remember I was told, see the dream through. If you fall in the dream, hit the bottom. If you get shot in the dream, take the bullets. Why? It's only a dream. But you think it's real. Once you conquer the idea of your dream and lose the dream, you'll understand. I've been shot, stabbed, fell, and you can't die. In the dream, you can't die. Did you know that? Most people don't understand it. But again, I did not fight it. And then I felt myself falling. Again, my biggest fear is falling. Man, I'll wake up in the middle of the night. If I'm falling, I'm waking up. Okay, but I learned to see it through. I rolled it out. It's a bad mamma jamma. Man, oh man, you gotta try it. It's like something new, and it is. Why, you never did it before. Anything that you never experienced is a new experience. And if it's going on inside you, what else is new that you can find? Trust me, there's a treasure chest of stuff inside this thing right here. All right, but I felt myself falling to the ground in the astral world. And what happened? I could hear the loudest sound I have ever heard. A bright light consuming all, and then the power beyond imagining. Right there. He's going beyond his ordinary consciousness. He's going into the imaginary state, that next level, that high level. And I felt the most powerful vibration coursing through me like a lightning strike. And funny he say lightning. The nervous system is like a lightning bolt. Okay, it stretches out all different areas like a tree branch, a tree limb, same thing. Okay, but it's funny that he would see that. And then I was that supreme power. He became one with God. That's what he's explaining. I can tell you mine. I tell you all the time. He would talk to me in Vincent body voice. But when you reach that level, you done something. You done something. Why? He's trying to get your attention for real. He's trying to let you know you're here. Get with it, okay? Wake up. And then I began to dissolve, meaning his ego self dissolved into that essence. He became one and found myself back in the physical body. See? You get there, then it just brings you back home. Now I know who I am. I am God. I know now that I am more than this mortal self. I am more than my ego. I am transcendental. I'm strangely, the more I experience this all-encompassing energy, meditating, the better I get at it, and my energy, and the more peaceful. That's what you want. You want to be peaceful within yourself. And you feel, I feel, and the more I feel connected to all things. God and I are one. The Father and I are one. Christ told you that. I said this the last one. I lied. I got one more. This is getting too good. I got to finish it up because it should go together. This is the third part. A meditator and a practitioner of the right thinking philosophy, change the lifestyle, yogic lifestyle, explains their mystical experience. There we go, in the following manner. They all have a difference, but the same concept. They tell it from their perspective. Everybody has a different one. The experience is the same, but different. If that makes sense, okay. He says, I have been practicing yoga. This is another one of my experiences. Yoga and meditation for some time now. I got over 10 years. I don't teach yoga. Why? I'm still a student. Again, I just started teaching right thinking philosophy 20 years after I studied Egyptian yoga. You don't just jump, no, I understand that, so I'm a student, still are. One day, I was reading, as I usually do every day, and I do before bedtime, like I'm doing now. And all of a sudden, in a split second, here we go, it always happens. Most people, God come to them in a dream, or they go there. God is a mind thing. I was transported into a transcendental form of awareness. I became a being of light. Okay, I became conscious of everything. That's what it feels like. Okay, flashlight, and when Joy shined the light on it, said no. Oh, I can't. All right, and now the real you come out. All right, I knew that there was only one consciousness. Okay, and I had become part of that conscious. That one exists. That one mind. Sounds like he becoming one again. Sounds like he leaving him and going to somewhere else. But it's all going on inside him. I discovered, that all that exists depends on my consciousness, what I believe, what I know to be. Watch this. As I looked at the ceiling in the room, I knew it was my creation. Some form of projection was emanated from me. I'm the cause and effect. Yeah, it's time to realize that. I knew that my consciousness is the same one, the same conscious which underlies and supports all other human beings and creation. He's coming to grips to who he is consciously. My soul is the same spirit as the soul of every other human being. All at once, I thought of my spouse, and suddenly I knew that our consciousness, not our personality, that's the ego, the personality, consciousness, the knowing, are one. You and your God are one. I knew that this consciousness is distinct, from my ego personality. I'm freaking out because this is what I learned and this is what I understand. And somebody telling you that, I'm right along with him. All right, I've been there. I got this experience. I'm rolling with him. Watch. It's a distinct from the ego personality. It's somebody else inside here of others. That is, when your ego is distinct because it's uniquely yours. Everybody has the same unique understanding of who they think they are. Right? That's the ego personality. You have to raise past that. That's what we try to teach you how to do. And that is what their true inner self. Your ego self ain't your true self. Your higher self is your true self. That's Haru. That's in you, the spirit. So your soul, of which even they are unaware, we still have it. Whether you believe in God, don't believe God, no, we still have a spirit and consciousness. And that our soul is what? Is the same one with other souls. That means spiritually we all one. We all connected. My man Frankie Beverly, we are one. Yeah, connected spiritually. That's God. Hello? The ancient gods, they all were brothers and sisters. Asar married his brother. Set married his sister. Asar slept with his brother, wife, which is his sister-in-law. Sister, same difference. They said that because we were all children of God. How about that? Make it real simple. I know I made that nonsense. But we are all children of God. Why? God's the father, the mother. That's it. The ultimate parent. Simple. That's elementary, though. I want to keep having that conversation. But immortality, your soul is immortal. Why? That's God. Once you come conscious, once you, the individual, become conscious of who you are, hence, that self-mastery, you will know that you are one with God, and your soul and your spirit is the same one as in everybody else. So hence, brothers and sisters, I felt at once immortal. How could you feel immortal? Explain that one to me. Only way you can feel immortal is to become God. Only thing that's immortal is God. And that's becoming conscious of the spirit that's in you. And that's what you need to do. That's the goal for all right thinkers. You become infinite and boundless. You are forever. But you need to be conscious. That's the spirit part of you. That's all that. You need to know that. Why? Becoming conscious, marrying the heart and mind coherence. Now you know that. And you can manifest that for yourself. That's how at death, at the judgment day, that's how you manifest the things that you learn. Right there, practicing my yacht, living it. And where we at? Infinite. So now I'm taking it home. Jesus Christ. Sorry, but this is a good one for me. I'm hoping y'all like it. But these realizations within yourself from all who meditate, every one of them, and the whole experience lasted, watch this, only a few seconds. You see the difference? You see the difference? We keep track of time here in time and space. Hence, time and space. Time is an illusion. It's a concept that's done by man. But the actual experience was real inside you with the oneness that seemed to occur in what? The first instant. And then afterward, my mind made sense of the meanings. And for what? Weeks after I felt this new feeling of kinship within myself and even with others, I could now somehow see myself in a place of others. Since I knew our consciousness is all one, I understand this experience for myself, but as brief of encounter of what we call or know to be cosmic consciousness, becoming one with your higher self. It's a mystical experience. Again, religion teaches the same thing. You follow religious tenets, you'll have your own mystical experience. But this experience be so overwhelming and it's beyond anything else you have experienced. And you will have to know before anything you experience and have known before or since. And this very aspect of your life has been transformed forever. Pay attention, taking it home. Even though the memory that you have will fade somewhat since that time, somehow the memory has given way to what? To your divine feeling of awareness. So you don't remember, but you start feeling good and see forward, in which you cannot put into words. Right there. I can't put into words what happened between me and God, my conversation. Best I could tell you, he had the voice of wisdom body. Okay, he got my attention with that. And he said I was doing a good job and I had the job to continue on if I choose to. Sign me up. So I made the deal. Okay? It is as if it's as if the divine presence, the God itself, himself, the supreme being, the self, the all, is with me when? All the time. I keep him on my mind. I keep my mind on him all the time. So yeah, he ain't leaving me. My favorite phrase is footprints in the sand. God, you say you never leave me. I look back on my life, I see one set of footprints. Yeah, mine. I carried you. When you got God carrying you, you're doing good. But I would prefer to walk with God. I don't want to be carrying me. Because carrying me means I fell a little short. So get off God's back and walk on your own. Just walk with him. All right. More and more, I've become conscious of God being me more and more. And it is as if I myself am now not the same self. I'm a different person. My innermost reality in which I have experienced the change, the transformation. Again, that's the purpose for my right thinking philosophy, to have you to do this. And these are all people who've done the same thing through meditation. And it is like losing myself and finding my greater self. I call it my better self, higher self, but I'm getting better at knowing me, myself. I am joyous, I am peaceful, I am blissful, and I have more love in my family and my heart, for my family and friends, even to strangers. I just love everybody. I find myself just talking to people, just having a conversation. That's a good thing. And though in a detached manner, I'm out there, but I'm not, getting close to my tap. But no, I know how to do that. And I have, again, discovered my deeper feeling for mankind in general. And then that which can be expressed in any physical way. I don't need to be physical. I want to be spiritual friends with you. I don't want to be physical with you. I don't need to touch you. No, 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 no. The spirit. We can connect spiritually. That's the love I have for all my CCOG family, my Christian, and my family and friends. But I am often asked if I am some kind of minister, a preacher, or a member of religious order. Why? Because of my demeanor and my calmness and my patience and the way I conduct and carry myself out and about around ordinary people. I become not unburdened with what? Tension and stress. I'm free. People can see that and tell about me. Man, I've had people ask me to pray for them. I don't do that. What makes you think I do? You got the book, okay, but that ain't the Bible. I carry a book with me everywhere I go, but it ain't the Bible. So I understand it. I get the concept. Everybody see me religious. Some call me evangelist, all that. Whatever. The names don't matter much. It's the action that I put forth, that I'm responsible for. And doing what I do for you is what I do. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Right thing. I know it took a little long. Oh, Lord. But I ain't watching the clock. I know y'all guys don't like to be held up a long time, but if it's something good, you'll stay to the end. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Right thinkers in closing. May you all live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I've never known of my right thinkers who practice my right thinking philosophy, yoga lifestyle that changed their life, passed away. Try it and change your life.